Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be showing y'all how to make these cute little stress blobs. I've got a couple up here right now. I figured while I'm market prepping, I will do a quick little tutorial video. So let's jump straight into it. Okay, for this tutorial, we're gonna need some stuffing, our yarn, a 7mm crochet hook. We're going to need a tapestry needle, a stitch marker, some scissors, and I use 12mm safety eyes. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to start with a magic circle, and once we get our magic circle, we are going to do 6 single crochets inside of this magic circle. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Once you get those 6 done, we're going to grab the tail of our magic circle and just close it up. And then we are going to add our stitch marker. For round 2, we are going to do 6 increases. So an increase is just 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. So we're going to go into our first stitch and do 1 single crochet and then 2. Move on to our next stitch and go 1, 2. At the end of this round, you should have 12 single crochets. Sometimes the stitch marker just gets in the way, so you can remove it. Just always remember to put it back. Now for round 3, what we are going to do is in the first stitch, we are going to do a single crochet, and then in the next, we are going to do an increase. And we are going to repeat that pattern all the way around. So we're going to do single crochet and then an increase. Remember to always move your stitch marker up. Okay, and at the end of this round, you should have 18 single crochets. You can always just count your stitches just to make sure. Okay, and for rounds 4 to 6, we are just going to single crochet all the way around. Okay, for round 7, we are going to do 1 single crochet and then a decrease. And then we're going to repeat that all the way around. And you should have 12 stitches at the end of this round. Okay, so what we're going to do is single crochet and a decrease. If you've never done a decrease, what we're going to do is we're going to go in the front loops of our next 2 stitches like this, just into the front loop. And then go to the next one and just into the front loop. I'm going to yarn over and pull through both of those stitches and then finish it off like a single crochet. So yarn over and then pull through both of those. And then we're going to repeat that all the way around. So single crochet, decrease in the front loops of the next 2 stitches. Yep. And repeat that. Okay, at the end of this round, I like to get a long loop just so I know it's not going to come undone. And this is where we are going to add our safety eyes. So I usually like to add mine like right around here. So it would be in between rounds 4 and 5. And I just kind of gauge where I want to, like how far apart. It's usually like this, so about 4 stitches apart. But it is all up to you on where you want your safety eyes to be placed. Once you figure out where you want them to sit, then just come in with the backs and make sure to clip those on. And reinsert your hook and then pull that loop back down. So for round 8, we are going to do 6 decreases all the way around. So we should have 6 stitches at the end of this. So decrease all the way around. And 6. And then cut a yarn tail just enough to close up your project, and you can pull that loop all the way out. And at this point I just remove the stitch marker because it's not needed anymore. And then we're going to go in and stuff this. You can stuff it however full you like. It is all preference. Okay, I think that's good enough. And maybe just a little bit more. Okay, y'all. Once we are done stuffing, grab your tapestry needle, put your yarn tail through it, and we're going to close it up. So I usually close my projects by going in the front loop of these stitches like this. It just makes it easier to close. It's just smoother. Okay, because all we have to do is now pull, and it is now all the way closed. I like to give it a little knot, just tie it off so I know it's not going to come undone. And then I thread the yarn tail through the body, and then we can cut the yarn tail off. And this is what it should look like now. And our next step will be to embroider the mouth once I find my embroidery floss. I've got some up here. Perfect. You don't need a whole lot. We're going to take our embroidery floss and put it on our tapestry needle. And I usually insert close by the face, but we're just going to create the smile. I usually come up really close to the eyes, right about there. I'm going to then insert it over here by the other eye and have it come out right here where the thread tail is. just like that. And then we're gonna pull that nice and tight. You don't want it to suck too much into the yarn. I usually just give it this straight smile, but you can curve it if you'd like. Okay, we're going to tie these ends off. Just because this thread is a little bit thinner, I usually give it a couple knots just because it's easier to hide and I know it's more secure. You can leave that excess on there, but I usually cut it off just to make it a little bit easier to push the ends back into the body. Okay. And there we go. You've got a cute little stress blob.